Right, we should be live. I'm 07 Commanders, I'm Commander Temelin, and welcome to another of one of my streams dedicated to mining. This time I wanna have a look at painite res mining, similar to the platinum we did last time, but you know, painite is a little different. There's a little less of it than platinum. So we'll see how that affects the numbers. And also, I just wanted to show you this spot because it's actually a brown dwarf with rings. So that's a little exciting because it's something different than what you usually mine. And the rings are huge. It's a nice spot. The only drawback is that it makes you a little more warm in the ship, so the heat builds up a little quicker. But it's manageable. It's nothing too terrible. Let's just double check we have limpets. Yeah, there they are. Starting with a little less than full this time, but almost full as usual.
You have now departed the no-fire zone. Best of luck, Commander.
Checking my surroundings here. So this is gonna be pretty similar to the platinum mining. I mean, it's just laser mining in the resource extraction side. So, you know, same rules apply. Just don't get too cocky and you should be. Right, I'm gonna take it from wider angle because I don't wanna get too cooked when I go in. You actually start building up heat in the supercruise when you close in. I just see this gravity pool. And you can't actually see that, but this resource extraction site sits right in the middle of painite hotspot. I just don't have the DSS, so I can't really see it myself, but I know it's there. I've been here a couple times. You see the heat starts building up a little bit here. So yeah, keep that in mind. I think we should be fine. No. I don't know this ring that well as the platinum ones, so I don't really know where like the good areas are. So we'll have to wait and see. Alright. Deploy the stuff. Or trusty elite pilot.
Copy. Deploying the fighter now.
And let's work towards the dwarf because you know
I'm ready when you are.
it's a really interesting scenery, this one. Yeah, I like mining these rings. So let's just wait for the pirates to come around and scan our only limpid hold. So yeah, let's see what they say. Dream of riches. Okay. I like the one when he says my children will have no dinner or something like that tonight, or will go hungry tonight. Okay, there's another wink of small pests.
Scan detected.
And yeah, I think this should be enough. Maybe a little more. There's one more coming actually. Just gonna check one thing on the streaming window right now because I have some weird notice here. I don't know what it is. I'm pretty new to the streaming thing, as you can probably tell, but yeah, I think everything works fine. Let me just double check one thing. Yeah, should be fine. All right, back to the game. So, let's start prospecting. I'm gonna move away a little bit, you know, as we talked about. I'm actually already at 10 kilometers mark, so I might have to start beyond 15k mark this time because there's just a huge clusterfuck of shigs on my 6. You see that? Like a lot of them. I want to get a couple clicks away from that. So I'll probably start around here. You know, even Elite is dated, it's still sort of pretty, you know? I mean, look at this. Nice. I'm wondering about the updated lighting that they are talking about for Odyssey. It's gonna be interesting. Alright, so let's see how this ring actually is running. Alright, starting pretty nice.
Asteroid scan complete.
So finding the rotational axis right there. And I want to get as close as possible because that's how you speed mine. Some fighting going on around there, I think. Well, we'll see. Radar seems clear for now, so I think this one has 2.22% drop, which is not bad, not too great. Considering we are like 18 clicks from the center, it's to be expected.
Asteroid depleted.
Alright. So let's prospect a little around here because that's what usually helps. Find juicy rocks. Right. 17 clicks, yeah, almost 18. I thought. I don't know, let's go down here. I still didn't visit the mud trader, so I'm losing materials here. Yay, lucky me. But you know, it's my fault.
Prospector limpet failed.
I'm just lazy to do that. So I don't have any engineering planned
Prospector limpet
in near
engaged.
future. So I'm like, whatever. I'll get to it at some point.
Complete. Prospector limpet failed.
About you. Alright, 25%, I can work with that.
Asteroid scan complete.
Where is actually the axis? I think it's down there. Ah, it's close. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, the heat is manageable, as you can see, 68%. I mean, with more mining lasers, I mean, the distributor can take it anyway, but it could probably be a little bit problematic. But I think like 2 medium and 2 smalls are quite enough.
Limpet expired.
Close, so let's see. I'm gonna work my way a little bit towards the center and then go maybe, I don't know, maybe west, I think. Okay, platinum, I can take that. And if you're wondering about like what's northwest, he's in space. I mean, that's how I usually reference the general directions. North is towards the planet, you know, and the top side is usually the illuminated one, which in this case is actually hard to tell. So when it's not that easy, I usually just, you know, look on how high the rest center is. It's not usually in the center, but it's usually a little above or below the ring or something like that. So that tells me what's like the top part of the ring. So then we got north, and from that we got west, east, south. Alright, let's deploy more collectors here. Not exactly great deal either, I think. Like 2.1, if I'm not mistaken. I'm usually terrible with these numbers, they change so fast. I can't really like, you know, concentrate. I usually just wait, you know, lazy way. Oh, it's supposed to, again 2.4. Okay, there's something coming, and there's a lot of it. Just hopefully they're fighting each other now, so I'll just finish collection real quick. Come on, guys. Oh shit. I need to just get away from here. I think I'm still not in their interest. I'll just get away from here. I don't want to get, you know, caught in the middle of them fighting like another guy, something like that. But I think these are actually after me, but they are pretty far away already. to now boost it. Let's ship ASPX. Alright. So radar's clear, so I'm gonna do a white arc. Sorry. And you know, just double back a little bit. Got at least below 20k and continue prospect. Oh. You know, tactical retreat. It's a viable technique, you know, in all warfare. Start with you, for example. Gold. Plenty of that. Right, I have really no idea like which parts here are the better ones, so I'm just randoming it, and so far okay. Hopefully they won't come close enough for me to bother them, and yeah. Mine quick. I actually messed up the distributor, so I will have to pull it off for a little bit. Okay, they are getting in the radar, so probably end up. Okay, they are getting out. Cool. Yeah, so this is basically what you do. Always check the radar and, you know, try to determine if they are going after you or not, because a lot of times they're just chasing someone else and just coming in and out of your radar range. So, you know, you don't have to panic all the time, but caution is a good thing to exercise. What I do remember about this ring is that there's also quite a lot of platinum around. It's not like it's mostly painite or shite. As you can see, I already found some platinum rocks here. Oh, they're actually still collecting. 15? Nah, it's too low. So, what's next? Let's check the vicinity, because, you know, clusters exist. So how about these three guys around here? I'll start with you. Someone's getting ass kicked down there. Okay, 9% finite, so that's even lower. How about you? There you go, 33%. So this is how you actually can find the rocks, because this is usually what happens. Or not usually, but a lot of times what happens, that you have like, you know, one good rock or two good rocks and then a few crappy ones around that, and oh shit, forgot the distribution change. A few crappy around that, and then you have some crappy like without anything around that. Oh. Right. Collectors are up, cargo scoop, everything's up. Okay, cool. Typically cargo hold is full again, which is what happens, but it's always better to do this than, you know, be out of limpet. The yields aren't too great so far, but they are still better than what you get normally on average, you know, outside the west side, I think. Oh, I actually wanted to check the one that was down there, I think. This one? Was it this one? I don't know, let's see. Couple more contacts down there. There's actually an anacondas. Smim and Painite, it's not a bad rock, but I'm not gonna risk them picking me up. Oh, I choose to run if I don't have to fight like 99% of the time, you know, because it's just more convenient to, you know, boost a couple times away a little bit, you know. A couple of kilometers usually do the trick. There is another Painite Platinum rock, so yay. Not bad, huh? I don't forget to distribute this time. so far we managed without a fight, and we have already like 80 tons of stuff. That's too close. This one looks like a good yielder, even though it has like lower percentages that I would like. But if you combine that, it's not too bad. You can see it definitely takes longer to mine it with the same amount of lasers, so the percentage by which it drops each tick is actually lower. 2.04, so yeah, not the best, but it's getting there. Alright. I will just go somewhere. How about you guys up here? You seem pretty chilled. I should probably turn around though to stable 20k. Okay, platinum and osmium, let's do that. I'll try to move closer below 15k, and then we can examine the yields there. How the drop changes right there. I think we are a little below 2 this time. Okay, cool. So let's drop something here. I think it's like 1.98. I'm not mistaken. Oh. Something 1.9 something. Yeah, 92. Okay, there are some contacts on the edge, but they might actually be just passing by, so I'm not too excited about those. Okay, you guys finished? Oh, you all died suddenly. Okay. That's a little bit inconvenient right now. I actually wanted to go that way, so I don't know, maybe just a minor cleared, so good for me. Alright, so let's see what's next. Alright, we've done the half of cargo hold. It's nice. Another painite rock right here, sitting, rotating wildly, but the axis is actually pretty vivid this time. I think right here should double back a little bit. Actually, pull up. Sometimes I need to look for it like this, you know, just watching how the trail turned will tell you how to compensate for it actually, so there. Quick. Alright, again we have full cargo. As always, just dump some. Keep mining and okay, there we are. Now the benefit of doing the mining like this, you know, to find the exits and really get close, is that the collectors will collect so much faster because it's short way from the cargo scoop to the fragment. But they need to be just, you know, under the cargo scoop right there, and ideally not, you know, in front of the rock or something. Oh, actually, switch the fire group so they don't, you know, smash into it. Alright, sure, why not? Some laser show down there, but seem to be keeping it to themselves for now. so the yields here are mostly like 2, little above 2, sometimes a little below. I didn't see the 1.69 yet, but I'm still below, not below 15 kilometers. So let's see if that changes when I cross there. Okay. You can fill up pretty quick. It's just not just painite, obviously, but all these three sell pretty close to each other with, like, you know, prices. Painite has more potential, but then there is like much lower demand for it than for the other two. So, you know, it makes sense to diversify. The markets are volatile after all, you know, it goes up and down all the time. And you never know when Frontier decides to shuffle it around again, because that's what they do. And not that I'm complaining, I'm perfectly fine with current, like, changes to the mining that happened at the end of the last year. Can still make a lot of money doing it, so. I remember first year, like, not just one, you know, it was like, I don't know, 2-3 years of Elite. The best credits per hour you could make was, I think, 12 million per hour, and you had to have Conda for it and trade like Imperial slaves, or have a power play bonus for bounty hunting and bounty hunt like crazy. And even just get to those ships that you could do it, and like obviously you would want bounty hunt in FDL because there was no engineering, so no materials to scoop, of course. But for trading you needed Conda for that, and just getting to that would take weeks to months, you know, depending on how fast you could actually grind. But yeah, I used T9 back then quite a lot, you know, just to, don't forget distributor. I've been trading a lot of Imperial slaves back then in T9. Like, I remember like 2 or 3 weeks grind straight, like perhaps every day, couple hours, to get basically to the basic Honda that I would have to continue to process in just to outfit it. You know? Took so much time back then. So, you know, even with like a little nerf in quote marks, I would say rebalancing is really like more precise way of thinking about it. That happened last year. It's just minor thing, you know, because you can stay make shitload of money. But doing this or doing something else, you know, like stacking the massacre missions, that's what's going on currently. Okay, this was 1.79, so that was one of the best ones probably you can get. Can go a little better, but, and you can see we passed the mark, so I really do think that the best deals happen in 15 kilometers radius. Alright, so move on and see what's going on here with you. So I think I'm streaming only like 20 minutes. I'm already like, you know, more than half full. So I think I could break the half hour here if I get lucky with prospecting. And no pirates, of course. I'm okay, I'm getting a little too close here. So go back. Enjoy the scenery. And hopefully find nice juicy rock. Well, nah. If one of them was 20, I would probably do it, but, you know, was like, this is better, see? Right, where is actually your exit? I think, is it? No. I think it's down there. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell from the first glance. You have to observe it for a little bit. Yeah, there it is. Distributor again. I think I will end up with more platinum than painite probably. But, you know, compared to the platinum hotspot, there is almost 0 painite over there, so still makes difference. I have more painite than platinum at this point. I still might pull more painite than that, but we'll see. I won't turn down platinum. Go full with my hold, but I will just finish this guy, and then dump something. You see again like 1.8% drop. It's good. What we want. So yeah, I mean, you can always compare it to your typical non-resource extraction side mining drops and see like what's the difference, because that's, you know, it's not up to debate. That's the real number that, you know, gives you the yield. You know, and that's the only thing that the extraction side actually influences, is that percentage drop that happens. You know, it doesn't change the percentage in the rock right here that what you see as a composition. I don't think that there's any influence in the extraction sites for that.
Asteroid scan.
Just the, you know, the amount of chunks. Oh. Alright, I'm being a little bit sloppy here. I think that's where I want to do it. So yeah, another nice rock, 42% painite, which is good.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Alright, let's be a little more. Okay, this one tumbles a little bit, so I think I just didn't find the correct spot yet. Here. Right. It works, you know, they're not dying and collecting pretty fast, so not concerned. From white 1.9, so but still below 2, you know. And like past 15k we were usually above 2. So you can see that there's like a little change to that. But it makes difference. Oh my god. Just dump a little bit here. There's one ship. What are you? Cobra. Seem to be paying attention to me at all. There are some more ships going to finish. Let's just move away a little bit. These are probably pirates. They're already on my 6, but I was quick retreat, you know. If you do this quick, you will lose them pretty like, easily. You don't have to boost away too much. Alright, so we are again past 15 clicks, so there's another laser showdown there, but I think we're still quite far away. So let's just have a look at this cluster here. Below 15k now. Switch the fire group again. Okay. You're not too interesting.
Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
Oh, I'm picky. I feel picky today.
Asteroid scan complete. Prospector limpet
Even with the
failed.
higher yield, I'm gonna get better, right?
Engaged. Prospector limpet failed.
That's what I'm talking about.
Limpet engaged. Asteroid scan complete.
It's so. Oh, okay. These guys are getting a little intimate here. So let's just move to the other side because that's what I was thinking about. They're not gonna like that. Right, we are full with the cargo again, so I think we need just one more rock and it should fulfill us completely. Again below 2, 15k mark. It doesn't mean all of them will be like that, you know, I mean some of them will definitely have above 2, but it's less likely this close to the center. So that's kind of like the idea of the whole resource extraction mining. You know, you're here just for the extra juice. How about you?
Prospector limpet failed.
Not exactly, but that shouldn't take long. Hopefully. I mean, you can always hit a bad streak.
Prospect limpet failed. Prospect limpet engaged.
Alright, I really don't need any samarium.
Asteroid
I
scan
think I haven't mined some of these at all, like, ever. Because, why would you? Okay, I will take this. Nice. 39%.
Asteroid scan complete.
Alright, there it is. Rest of collectors here. I think this should fill me completely. Okay, again, I forgot about the distributor as always. But it to cool it down for a little bit. You see it's still going up, you know, when it heats up. Which is weird because, you know, when I don't forget about it and put all the pips in there straight away, it doesn't go all the way up. Okay, now it started to cooling down. I think it needs to fill and then it cools. This looks like a nice yield. Alright, let's just dump the rest because I don't think I'm gonna start on a rock like that. 1.8. And that should be it. So that was half hour, but you know, starting in the carrier. So, you know, getting 256 tons of these guys, you know, mostly painite in half an hour isn't really too bad, is it? So yeah, that's why I like doing it. I mean, I've been resource extraction mining, you know, like a long time ago, even before mining was cool. But you know, these days it's even better with the nice payouts from it, and it's definitely a different way of mining. You have to pay more attention to different stuff. You get to fight sometimes, you know, sometimes you have to run. You have these nice yield boosts, so yeah, give it a go, you know. If you feel like, you know, regular mining in a ring is too boring, this is definitely more engaging kind of mining. It's definitely not like the highest earner there is, for sure, but it's still pretty neat. You can still make like around 100 million per hour doing this, you know, if you have a carrier and sell from that, that's how I calculate it for me, because I don't do the market selling directly, so there's no holding time for me. So if you just consider the value that you mine, depending on the market, it should hit the 100 million per hour. Right, let me just land here real quick because it's a good practice, you know. I don't do the planet landing when I'm exploring. I think that's like, you know, going out of my way. Plus there's always this little danger of, you know, damaging the ship when doing planetary surface landing. So I don't do that, but for the carrier, of course. Why wouldn't you? Alright, we are almost there. And I also think I will drop like mining streams for a little bit now. I will maybe do one more here, just, you know, some casual one. But I think I will start doing the bucket list. You know, I've been thinking about stuff I haven't done. And I want to start slow, so I just want to go and check some of these installations that have been in the game for quite some time now. But I never got myself around to actually visit any of them, so I want to check the unauthorized one to, you know, see the pirate activity there, and then maybe some authorized one and try to trigger the defense scenario, you know, defend the station. Okay, who are you, pirate? Yeah, maybe defend the station scenario, so that could be pretty interesting. And I'm not gonna do it like upfront, you know, because that would kinda lose the point of doing the stream, so I will just do it first time live. Which isn't really like anything overly significant, but you know, something to do. Alright, so we're here. Thanks for watching if you did. If you liked, smash the button or subscribe, and see you next time.